What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here we are with another reaction. And this one we got from Pahalgam to Pulwama, how Pakistan bled India for decades. Before we dive in, if you guys happen to enjoy, please don't forget to subscribe, get a video a thumbs up. Also, if you'd like to support the channel by becoming a member, all you gotta do is hit that join button to receive your exclusive benefits. Let's dive right in.
It was the afternoon of April 22nd. Families strolled in the meadows. They clicked photos with their families. They took in the natural beauty. After all, this was Kashmir's own mini Switzerland, the Baisaran Valley in Pahalgam.
That's gorgeous.
But these vacationers who came seeking solace soon found themselves in a nightmare. A sudden hail of bullets ripped through the valley. Screams echoed against the Deodar forests. In just minutes, 26 people were gunned down. 25 tourists and one local. Blood pooled where picnics were planned. This wasn't a clash between the terrorists and the military. It wasn't a targeted hit on a convoy. This was a massacre, a cold, calculated assault on tourists.
It's oh my god, and you hear those freaking cries, and I feel like that just shakes you to your core, and it's just so disgusting and evil, and it just like infuriates me, and at the same time saddens me so much that you could actually look at other people and do this and take their lives and take children and brothers and fathers and sisters and take them away from their families is I don't understand it, and I can never understand that mindset of being able to do that.
Kashmir's tourism was struck in its heart. Behind the incident were 4 terrorists. 2 of them were from Pakistan, 2 were locals. The message was clear and chilling. Pakistan's shadow of terror was looming again, and fits into a long, bloody history. A pattern of violence that has time and again bled India. The names of the cities change: Mumbai, Delhi, Pulwama. But the fingerprints are depressingly familiar. It started as just another Friday in 1993, but by the time the sun hung low over the Arabian Sea, Mumbai, then still known as Bombay, had become a different city. In just over 2 hours, the unthinkable unfolded. 13 bombs ripped through landmarks that had long defined Bombay. The first blast hit the beating heart of Mumbai's economy, the Bombay Stock Exchange.
My god.
Within minutes,
man.
it was clear this was no accident. One after another, bombs tore through multiple buildings. By nightfall, 257 people were dead. Over 700 more were injured. For a city that had lived through most things, this was something different. This was an act of war from within. The attacks were allegedly orchestrated by Dawood Ibrahim, the leader of the Mumbai-based international crime syndicate D Company. Key figures involved included Tiger Maimon and Mohammed Dasa. It was later revealed that the planning received support from Pakistan's intelligence agency, the ISI. Tiger Maimon is still believed to be residing in Pakistan.
We feel like just seeing a scene like that, bro, it just shakes you. It just absolutely like 257 people killed, 700 injured. My day. My gosh, man. Yeah, at a certain point, terrorism has to stop, and if it's continuously coming from one place, dog, like either they're funding it or they're allowing it. Because how, my day.
December 13th, 2001. A date that would scar the heart of Indian democracy. On a cold winter morning, lawmakers gathered inside the Parliament complex. That's when 5 terrorists breached security and launched an attack. At the time, over 100 ministers and MPs were present inside the Parliament.
Oh my days.
But this wasn't just an assault on lawmakers. It was an assault on the very symbol of India's republic. In a matter of minutes, 8 security personnel and a gardener were killed. The attackers were killed before they could reach the chambers. But the message was clear. No place was beyond their reach. Behind the attack was Pakistani terror group Jaish-e-Mohammed. It pushed the two countries to the brink of war. Nearly 1 million troops mobilized along the border.
My God.
Muhammad Afzal Guru was one of the 2 men accused of planning the attack. He was tried and convicted. After 11 years on death row, Afzal Guru was hanged inside Delhi's Tihar jail. If the 1993 bombings broke Mumbai's body,
Jesus. So did they ever catch the second person that was accused of planning that entire thing, or was he the only one that was ever caught?
2611 tried to break its soul for 4 days and nights. 10 gunmen from Lashkar-e-Taiba unleashed a reign of terror. The city of dreams was transformed into a battlefield. They attacked railway stations, luxury hotels, cafes, and other iconic city landmarks. "175 people were killed when it was all over. Hundreds were scarred forever, their lives altered. The lone surviving attacker, Ajmal Saab, was captured. He later confirmed what the world already suspected. The killers had come by sea, armed not just with weapons but with intelligence. They got specific instructions from handlers in Karachi. The mastermind was Hafiz Saeed, the founder and chief of Lashkar-e-Taiba, who is still living in Pakistan. This was one of the darkest chapters in Mumbai's and India's history.
I don't understand how there can be so much terrorist groups in Pakistan. Like, how are there so many groups? I don't get it. How they haven't been caught, how they haven't been brought to justice. What are the forces in Pakistan doing to bring these terrorists down before they commit these atrocities that they are committing?
In December 2015, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi landed in Lahore for a surprise visit. It coincided with then Pakistan Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif's birthday. The visit was a sign of warming relations. But just days after extending an olive branch, India was met with a dagger. On January 2, 2016, 4 to 6 heavily armed Jaish-e-Mohammed terrorists infiltrated the Pathankot Air Force Station. For 17 hours, gunfire and explosions echoed across the base. 7 Indian soldiers were killed. The ink wasn't even dry on calls for diplomacy before it was washed away in blood. On September 18, 2016, 4 terrorists attacked an Indian Army outpost at Uri. The attack killed 19 soldiers. They too belonged to the Jaish-e-Mohammed. Both of these weren't just an attack on military targets. It was an attack on trust. An attack on the very idea that peace could ever be real between India and Pakistan.
This is crazy.
On February 14, 2019, a convoy of vehicles carrying Indian Army personnel was traveling in Pulwama. It was attacked by a lone Jaish-e-Mohammed terrorist. He was driving an SUV packed with nearly 80 kilograms of explosives. He slammed into a convoy of CRPF buses, carrying men who were simply on their way to serve. In an instant, 40 lives were lost.
It's just absolutely disgusting, bro. It's absolutely disgusting. It's evil. It's vile. It's there's not words. There's not words for that, bro. There's not words.
The deadliest terror attack on Indian security forces in more than 3 decades. And it wasn't random. It was a calculated attack. Pakistan, as it had in the past, responded with predictable denials. But the patience in New Delhi had finally run out.
बहुत बड़ी कीमत उनको चुकानी पड़ेगी.
2 weeks later, India responded not with words, but with action. In the dead of the night, Indian Air Force jets crossed the line of control and struck deep inside Pakistan, targeting Jaish-e-Mohammed's largest training camp in Balakot. This is the cycle India has been trapped in for decades. The targets shift, the methods evolve, but the architects of terror remain the same. From Bombay to Pulwama, from Parliament to Pahalgam, there are the same terror networks, the same safe havens, the same playbook, and at the center of it all, the same patron across the border, Pakistan.
That's just absolutely disgusting, bro. Like, yeah. I'd love to hear y'all's thoughts on the video. The fact that it keeps coming from Pakistan and it keeps being allowed is insane to me. That's all we have. If you enjoyed, don't forget to subscribe. Get a bit of thumbs up. Check out the next